For me, that's where the system is valuable. When I go back in to put my notes in, it'll say something like, sent home dental treat samples. And I'm like, oh my gosh, I totally forgot we even talked about that. And so it's just wonderful that I can capture that because Talkatoo captured it. Whether Talkatoo put it in the assessment or the plan, what do I care? I will move it where I need it to go.
I would say way better medical records on my end. So especially on days where we're really busy, just to have even just like the recording to be able to go back to know just like what did I actually talk about, what was going on here, what small scale things, because after doing so many rapid fire appointments in a row, it's very easy to mix the things up. I think the most impactful thing for me is the retrospective of it, of like I can go back in then the next day and be able to just do all the records easily and quickly.
So I use it on almost every phone call that I return, simply because it records what I'm telling people. And I like that, did she call with the results? Yeah, she did, because here it is. It also makes me sound more intelligent. That's what I tell my workmates.
Well, people can read what I write now. That I have terrible penmanship, and so it's made that better. I think my notes are probably more complete. I think it's improved my ability to be able to pay attention as the client is saying things.
I mean, I use the assistant, and I'm like, create inform an owner on how to do blood glucose checks at home, and it's very thorough. Like, great, love it.
I really like having when I call clients now, I routinely use the record the call and send them notes. And that's been exceptionally well received. I tell clients, and I don't say, may I record you? I just say, hey, when we're done here, do you mind if I send you want me to send you the notes that we take so you won't have to write anything down? Oh, that'd be great. So it's a very positive thing from a potentially prickly item of privacy. People really, really embraced it, and they really like it.
I think it is more user friendly than Scribe Notes. I would have to say that. We started doing AI. I was like, I don't want to do that crap. More technology. More I used it. The first time I started using it, after the first week, I'm like, oh, I'm never doing it the other way around.
I'm saying out loud what's important in real time. I can go wash my hands at the sink and jump in the next room if I'm a little bit behind. When I sat back down to like copy and paste my results, like from the Talkatoo app, I was finding like that it was catching little things that I think I would have missed had I not had the Talkatoo app.
I'm very pleased with it. For somebody who's not a technical person, I didn't think it would be so easy to use.
I mean, at the moment for me, it's working way better than I had anticipated that it was even possible. So I had like a 25-minute phone call the other day, and it summarized it into like a nice little paragraph. And it was like, I was like, how, like, it took out all the junk. It's very good.
The workflow has improved significantly. I now don't need to have an assistant in the room with me scribing anymore. I have assistants doing other tasks while I'm in the exam room talking to the clients. I don't miss certain things that I'm saying. So there are times where I actually make an additional sale, which is huge, because while I'm putting in the bill, I'll read the Talkatoo text. I'll say, oh man, I forgot to give this dog some supplement. So that'll actually adds value there significantly as well.
So before, I would have pages of handwritten notes that I would have to sort through, and it would take me an hour for some of our in-depth cases to put a chart together accurately. With Talkatoo, it takes me 10 to 20 minutes. I also can generate discharge instructions in an eighth of the time that it used to take.
Records will take a back seat to, all right, I just saw these rooms, but no, I got to go deal with this HR issue. So having that as kind of, a backup that I know I have Talkatoo that I can pull it from later. So if I end up logging in at nighttime, get home, spend some time with the family, and then, the kids are going to bed. So then I'll put, log in for an hour and get all my notes done. It's nice to have that there.
Using your AI assistant to like create a handout on what you talked about that day, like especially if you have a bad disease or something like that, I think it helps the owners a lot, and they're really easy to just send out the door. There's very few that I've had to like edit. I can say create a handout on mitral valve disease or whatever, and it creates this thing, and the clients seem to really like that too.
We've been really happy. Any issue that we've had, like when I've submitted like a help ticket or something, I always get a response really fast. We have 0 complaints. I recommend you guys anytime anyone is like, who's using AI systems or what are you guys using? I'm always like, Talkatoo.
That's where I've really been finding Talkatoo to be quite remarkable for what I need.
I really appreciate this app because it has changed my hospital for the best.